Hi, everyone. I'm Al Ariola Jr., President and CEO for the South San Antonio Chamber of Commerce. We are here to salute our Southside students, the class of 2020, the future of San Antonio. Today, I have with us Adriana from Southside ISD. She is the proud valedictorian this year. I wanted to have a conversation with her. Just obviously, she's dealing with a lot in the year 2020. I'm going to have a brief conversation, tell her I'm class of 2000, and it was a big deal back then. It was the millennial. It was a change in the millennium. We had time capsules we buried, and it was a big deal that it was a new millennium coming up, and let alone a new decade. And I remember we had something similar happen. I don't know if you read about this or you know about this, Adriana. It was Y2k. It was a Y2k crisis, where because a bunch of people, when they coded computers, didn't have the first two numbers, 1980, 1990. When 1999 hit and the year 2000, people said that computers were going to crash, the world was going to crash. It had a lot of the same thing. People went to go get water bottles, toilet paper. Very similar to this, but it only happened for a day. It was basically everybody was scared in December, and then when the 2000 hit and the world stayed normal, everybody kind of felt silly. So know that it's happened in the past. This situation for you guys happened a lot longer, and I know you've been working from home as far as your schoolwork and stuff. So do you want to share a little bit about maybe how the year started to how the year's finishing for you?
Well, at the beginning, I didn't expect any of this to happen. I knew the news, what was happening was coming, but I didn't think it would happen here. So it was very, very sudden, but I mean, it's not too bad like what I was expecting. People are starting to calm down now, so I'm happy with how things are going.
How do you miss, obviously you miss your classmates interacting at school with your teachers. Are you still able to connect with your teachers and your classmates somehow?
Most of my teachers didn't do the Zoom things, but some of them did. And I've been staying in contact with my friends over Zoom, just ourselves for fun.
What kind of games have you guys been playing?
Oh, we mostly do those YouTube games where it's guess the song or try not to sing, those challenges.
Well, I need ideas. Me and my friend needs ideas, so that's why I'm asking you too. So just I guess tell me a little bit about yourself too. You've been at Southside ISD your whole life, with the school district growing up. What would be some of your first memories from high school?
I guess my first golf tournament, and just my first day here in general, how scary it was to be at a whole new place, because I honestly never really saw myself going to high school. It just seemed so far away all my life, and suddenly I was here, and there's all these people, and everybody was so tall. Well, everybody's still super tall compared to me.
Well, to that point though, you are there. You did it very well, obviously, to become the valedictorian. Was that a goal of yours? Is it just something you worked hard and knew that you could hit that, be number one, or?
It wasn't really a goal I made. It wasn't until maybe junior year that I was oh, maybe this could happen, and I started trying harder.
Well, that's exactly good. That's what you needed to do. I didn't graduate. I wasn't as smart as you. I think I was 24 in my class. But I when I realized it late, also, I thought the same thing. I have regrets that, well, if I would have tried harder, maybe I could have, been a little bit higher up. So good for you for recognizing that. You guys are obviously having to get unique about your graduation, and usually valedictorians share a message to their classmates. Is there a message that you would share right now? Something short, just some thoughts to your classmates going into college or going into the year?
I suppose just Something I've always thought to myself is, as long as you try your best, like you should be okay. And I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna be successful. I have faith in them, in all of us.
Good. Well, I understand too, you have siblings, sisters that went from Southside High. Were they valedictorians too?
No, but they were like all high ranked
But
too.
you beat them. You outranked them.
Yeah, I beat them.
Do you brag at home now?
Mm, a little bit.
It's okay to humble brag. It's okay. What would you say motivates you? Obviously, you achieved the goals that you have. You mentioned golf. What? Let me start with what other activities do you do besides your schoolwork?
I did golf for my first 2 years, but then I decided to do the early college. And in golf, you skip a lot of days to do tournaments, so I decided to not continue. And then I joined the National Honor Society the senior year.
Oh, good for you! Congratulations.
Thank you.
And so to that point too. Now, what would you say motivates you?
Mm, I suppose I want to, like, in the future, I want to be able to stay with my parents. I want to be able to take care of them whenever they get older. And so I want to be able to have a good job for that, to be able to take care of them comfortably.
That's the spirit of a lot of the Southsiders, a lot of South Texans, is that I know I moved away after college and I miss them a lot. And I kind of worked hard to try and get closer to them for the same reasons. I understand you have a lot of options to choose from for your college. But I hear, and even full rides, some places, but I hear you're choosing. Do you want to share where you're going to be going?
I'm going to Texas A&M San Antonio.
You're going to be a Jaggy.
Yeah.
Good for you. And your sisters are there too?
My other sister went to the one in College Station.
Okay. So I went to A&M Corpus Christi. There wasn't an A&M San Antonio back when I went to school. So it was actually a very young school too, and a lot of it grew the way A&M San Antonio is looking to grow. So you made a very good choice. Dr. Matson, who I'll be sure to introduce you to, I'm sure she's excited. She'll be excited to hear that you're going there. Do you have any thoughts as far as your career path? I wouldn't tell you need to decide at all already, but do you have any kind of things that poke your interest that you might be interested in pursuing?
As of right now, I'd like to be a school counselor, specifically here. I really like being here at Southside.
What have been some of your favorite teachers, mentors, and why?
In high school, my favorite has been my physics teacher, Miss Martinez. She's just I just feel like she's always there, and I have like someone to talk to whenever I really need it.
Physics is hard, so yeah, it's good that she's available. I didn't do too well in physics. Well, I know your superintendent well. I know Sylvia well. I know a lot of your team there, and you very much embody a lot of the spirit of being a Cardinal, and what you mentioned about community, your family, giving back. Once you maybe work back at Southside ISD, I know you'd be a great counselor if you end up pursuing that path. Do you have any other thoughts or some shout outs you want to give maybe to friends or family while I have you here?
I suppose I'd like to give a shout out to my mom. She's always encouraged me along the way, especially because I'm not that out there, so she's kind of there to guide me. And of course, like all my teachers have been amazing. I definitely wouldn't have got here without them.
Welcome, South Chamber family and friends. I have with me America Fernandez from Somerset ISD, the class of 2020 valedictorian. We're going to do a little interview with her. The class of 2020 has had a pretty interesting year, and America at Somerset, I'm sure it was no different, even though you're a little further outside the city. What have you observed this year from, I guess, the way it started in the fall to the way it is now for you guys?
So I feel like the way it started in the fall, it was a completely different year. We were able to come to school. We had a normal senior year, and then March hit, and then spring break, they said we couldn't come back until April 3rd. And then we were like, okay, that's kind of exciting. I mean, we get an extended spring break. But then they said we will not have school for the rest of the year. Whenever they said that, a lot of us were upset, of course. The seniors, we won't have any of the senior activities, nothing. And we were worried about graduation. Luckily, we will have graduation this Saturday, June 6th.
So Somerset, you are doing an in-person graduation?
Yes, but of course, we're going to have very strict rules. We're all going to be 6 feet apart. And yeah, we can
How many
only
classmates are you graduating with?
around 250.
Okay, so finishing number one, that wasn't an easy task. Did when is it that you kind of I'm asking all the valedictorians, when did you have in mind? Was it from elementary? You said I wanted to be valedictorian, or when did it hit that that could be a possibility?
I would say eighth grade. I started to try really, really hard. And I think I was around the top 10 people in eighth grade. And then freshman year, I started, I was like aiming high 95s, 95, high A's. And so whenever I found out I was valedictorian, not valedictorian, number one, my freshman year, I was like, you know what, I have to keep this. And I was able to keep it up all 4 years.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure you had some competition, huh?
Yes, I did.
A friendly competition. What was maybe some of your favorite classes?
Some of my favorite classes, I always loved math. So my favorite classes were always my math classes. So geometry, algebra 2, calculus, of course, pre-cal.
So I'm assuming that might be something you're still interested in going into college.
Yes, I wanted to major in engineering, actually. So
That
specifically aerospace engineering.
very, very cool. You know, there's a lot of opportunities on the South Side with respect to that industry, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. Well, we maybe need to connect you with those. So, any college plans? Where
I'm going to go to Texas A&M University.
nice. Okay. Yeah, my wife went there. I went to A&M. I wore my cap for you today. I went to A&M Corpus Christi over there on the island.
Sister city.
um, So, you know, what I guess in reflecting on the year that you've had, I'm class of 2000. That's when I graduated, and there was a little crisis back then called Y2k. Did you ever
Yeah,
hear about this?
yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
Well, it was very similar, but not as long, of a period of time. It was just basically about that formatting error on computers, and so people thought the world was gonna, shut down, and that didn't happen. But people did go buy water, toilet paper, all that stuff too. But it was an interesting year for the class of 2000. You guys have had a very, very interesting year.
Yeah.
I'm sure you missed prom, some other stuff that you guys really wanted to take advantage of. Are you able to catch up with friends still and keep in touch?
Not really. I can, text them and stuff, but it's all the strict guidelines. It's hard to, meet up with them and stuff like that.
Yeah. Um, it was going to looking, reflecting over your past 4 years. Is there a favorite teacher, a principal, mentor, someone that, you really remember?
So I have two favorite teachers. So the first favorite teacher is Mr. Sparks, of course. He was my ag teacher. He really helped me in the FFA. And then my second favorite teacher, well, I don't I don't have like this one's better than the other. They're just
Sure.
yeah. So this one, I met him in junior high, and he's always helped me. His name is Mr. Jack Hernandez. He was my mariachi teacher, and I still get mentoring from him. So those are like my two.
Well, speaking of my, actually, that was leading to my next question. Extracurriculars, hobbies. So, did you play an instrument? Did you sing, or
Yes, I played the violin I've been playing since sixth grade, so for 6 years.
any
And I
other?
play in a professional group as well.
Oh wow, okay. We might need to book you for one of our
Yeah.
events. Any other hobbies or extracurriculars?
So I was really into powerlifting, and I still am. So last year, whenever, before everything was happening, um, it was my junior year. I made it to state for powerlifting. I placed fourth, and I also broke a state record for the bench press. And then this year, I wanted to break three state records for state because I qualified for state this year. However, they canceled it because of everything that was going on. I was aiming to be the state champion, but it's okay. I was
Oh,
hopefully pursue this in college as well.
very cool. Very cool. Well, yeah, you trained up for college at least, right?
Yes.
Um, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you weren't able to compete. Um, a lot of events, hopefully, will get going soon. Did you, reflecting over the course of your time at Somerset, did you spend your entire growing up at Somerset ISD?
Yes, I have.
Any fond memories as just, from the school district itself that you can share?
I feel like the athletic program was probably my fondest memory. All the sports I was in track, and I feel like all those have, like, what is it, like, imprinted a memory on me. I won't forget that.
I'm sure with all the camaraderie, the events, your friends, and the winning and the losing and all in between. Yeah, no, I feel you. Well, your programs are great out there. Your academics are great at Somerset. You're very lucky to have such great teachers and a great superintendent over there. If you would reflect, America, on the past 4 years, what would you tell your freshman self right now?
I would say to take nothing for granted, because you never know what's going to be taken away from you, especially your senior year. Yeah, that's the main thing, and then just keep working hard because it will pay off.
You're exactly right. That is exactly right. Um, do you have any parting words you want to give a shout out to any family, friends, any?
Well, I want to give a shout out to my mom, of course, and all my friends that have helped me get this far.
Well, you should be very proud and congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope you're able to share your address at the graduation, and I'll try to see if you guys share it online. I'll be sure to look out for it. Congratulations on getting in A&M. I hope you end up coming back to San Antonio. We'll line you up an internship if you need it. I promise. Look out for us at the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Just again, thank you for your time. Congratulations, and I wish all y'all well.
Thank you so much.
Hi, South Chamber family and friends. I'm with Emma Orozco, the valedictorian from Brooks Academy. Emma, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm sure that took a lot of hard work. When is it that you started to notice that you might end up being number one?
Probably since freshman year.
Okay, so
That
you've
was
been
for
at.
a while, yeah.
Did you have any friends try to give you some friendly competition?
Yes, my friend Sarah said better. We've been like a point away since our freshman year, so it's always been like a friendly competition.
um, so just looking back at your time so you spent your 4 years there at Brooks?
I've been there for 9 years actually, since fourth grade.
Oh, okay. And how can you share me some memories? Obviously, you've seen a lot change in the area too, huh?
It's just been crazy. Like since fourth grade, we've seen new buildings, we've seen everything around us just growing, and I think that's been a motivation for all of us.
That's great. Well, and there are a lot of great jobs now in the area right near you. Do you have any fond memories from school that you can share?
Besides graduation yesterday, probably our homecoming. That was one of my favorite memories, just seeing everybody come together.
And you guys got to celebrate homecoming, so you guys didn't get to get a prom, though. I'm assuming.
Yeah, no.
No.
We were
Well,
gonna have it at the embassy, which is kind of sad because I was really excited for that, but
we have a lot of our events at the embassy too, and yeah, we want to go back soon. So, reflecting on the past 4 years, also, did you have any hobbies, extracurricular activities?
hobbies, I enjoyed cross country the most. Being able to run was probably my favorite hobby this year.
And as far as any other interests besides school, any fun stuff?
Besides school, I work at Starbucks, so just growing closer with coffee has been some of my favorite hobbies.
Oh, so you know your coffee.
Yeah.
Were you working at the one at Brooks?
I've been there for the past 2 years.
So you've really been a part of the Brooks life then, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I mentioned to you our office is there at Brooks too, and so next time we go get coffee, we'll go say hello.
For sure. Maybe a discount.
Okay. Well, also, any college career plans you got going?
I'm going to UT this fall. Yeah,
I
I'm going to
figured.
study psychology.
And what are your plans after you get your degree?
I want to go into criminological psychology, so to be able to study like repeated offenders and things like that.
That's great. Well, and we have a great system here, the federal systems here in San Antonio, so maybe you might be needing to come back home.
Yeah, probably.
That'd be good. Well, the other thing, so you obviously had a unique year as senior year, all the seniors that, the end of the year maybe didn't finish the way you wanted it to, but are there any maybe shout outs that you want to give for this year? Maybe some unique things you want to highlight?
Probably just shouting out the administration and the staff at Brooks Academy, all of our teachers. They kind of just helped us through this time, and they helped us adjust to the change.
Well, you seem very well adjusted. We set up this interview pretty easily.
Yeah.
The year started a certain way and the year ended a certain way for you. Is there something new you learned or picked up?
Something new. Probably just like what you said, being tech savvy. I think it's just going to help me a lot in college and trying to adjust to all these Zoom classes, and I'm excited, I guess.
Yeah, you should be. You should be very excited, and congratulations. How about any kind of, do you have a family memory of a mentor or a teacher?
Probably Mr. Vargas. He's my career, college, and readiness counselor. He was a Brooks alumni too, so he really helped me like with things like that in school.
That's great. Any other shout outs, family, friends you want to give?
My dad, Smiley, my mom, Lisa, and my sister, Elaine.
Your dad, Smiley?
Yeah.
I know your dad.
I know, I could have figured.
Oh, this is Southside for sure. Well, and he's been doing great selling homes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give him a little shout out, a little plug.
Smiley Sales SA.
You got me now distracted a little bit. So, any other closing? Well, valedictorians, you were able to share, I'm assuming, your remarks with your classmates. Is there any remarks you want to share with, your fellow Southside graduates? Any maybe reflections? What would you tell yourself 4 years ago kind of statement?
Just to keep pushing and remember where our roots are at. That's probably my statement. Staying close to home.
That's a very good statement.
Thank you.
Well, Emma, I want to thank you for your time. Congratulations, well deserved. Best of luck at UT, and we hope you come back.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Tell your dad hi.
Okay, well, bye.
Hi again, South Chamber family and friends. We're interviewing Emily Hoffman from East Central ISD, this year's valedictorian for the class of 2020. I want to get her thoughts on the year that was. It's obviously started different for you in the fall than it ended up going forward. So you want to just share the way the year started compared to the way the year ended for you?
Yeah, so the year started, I guess, what most people would describe as normal. Everything was as expected, class, sports, and then spring break was approaching, and you heard on the news a little bit about the coronavirus outbreak in China, and I think a lot of people never really expected it to travel that quickly to the United States and to cause everything to really shut down very quickly. And then, of course, once everything started slowing down and people started isolating, that's really when school stopped and everything started to be online and sports were canceled. And so it was definitely unexpected, but I think there were definitely parts of the year that we still got to enjoy, and I'm very thankful we had that time before the isolation really started.
So now that the isolation started and things are starting to readjust, are you able to connect with family, friends?
Yes, I have been able to see more people in person. I've been able to, my church opened up, so I was able to go and see some of my friends there, so I was thankful for that. And then at graduation, from my car, I was able to see a lot of my teachers, so that was very encouraging, and I was very thankful for that.
So you spent 20 years getting in the education system, and for it to end, I'm sure this way was maybe somewhat disappointing, but do you have some plans going forward after college plans, any career plans?
Yes, so I'm going to the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. I actually report June 25th, so it's coming up very quickly. I'll probably major in chemistry or biochem and perhaps pursue medical school after that. So that's kind of the plan right now.
Well, very cool. Well, we hope you come back to Military USA when you're done
Very
studying.
likely I will.
Good, good. Well, if you want to reflect on the past 4 years of high school, from the start of it, is there some fond memories that you can share?
Yeah, there's a lot of fond memories. I think one of the biggest highlights of my high school career was being involved in sports. I'm a pole vaulter, so throughout high school, that was kind of my thing outside of academics. And just being in the community that sports build really just helped me meet a lot of different people. And my dad's in the military, so I actually didn't come to East Central to my junior year. And having a sports team was definitely one of the main things that helped my transition. So a lot of my fondest memories are track meets, late practices, just being with my friends and teammates.
Well, thank you for your father's service, and we're obviously glad that you're enjoying San Antonio and you were able to connect with people through sports. That's what's going to be my other question: is any other hobbies that you might have?
I mean, sports and academics probably take up most of my time.
Well, it is not easy to be number one, so that's my next question: is when is it that you said, "Oh, wait, I have a chance at this"? Was junior year when you came in, started working at it pretty much?
Yeah, I think freshman and sophomore year, I was just kind of just doing my work and trying to do the best I could. And then junior year, it was kind of like, oh, like, I might have a shot. So yeah.
Well, congratulations. You're making it sound way easier than it actually is. If you had any kind of, I've been sharing with you guys, when I graduated class of 2000, and there was also, I don't know if you read about the Y2k crisis. Did you ever hear about that?
Heard about it.
So yeah, it was, the computers, because they didn't use 1980, whatever the 19 full number. The concern was when it turned to the year 2000 that computers would crash.
Yeah.
And so it was similar, but it was nowhere near what you guys had to deal with. So I'm sorry for that. Well, is there any special shout outs you have? Maybe a favorite teacher, a favorite principal, administrator?
I think I'm going to do a shout out to my biology teacher from my high school in El Paso, Miss Gardea. She was really, she's a teacher that kind of sparked my interest in, I guess, the world of science. And I had her my sophomore year, and I really started to love biology then. And I think that's really what has put me on the path of perhaps majoring in a science and doing more research in college or beyond. So, yeah.
That's cool. And how about any shout outs, friends, family you want to give out before we go?
I mean, to my parents and my siblings, they are so supportive and they're my best friends, and I'm going to miss them so much. But I'm really thankful for the time we've had together all at home.
Yeah, no, that was nice for most folks. Well, I'm not altogether certain what the graduation ceremony plans are, and usually valedictorians have an opportunity to share some thoughts with their classmates. Is there any parting words you want to share with your classmates, or even maybe yourself 4 years ago, so to speak?
Enjoy high school. Freshman year, you don't think it's going to go by fast, but it really does. Take advantage of the resources and opportunities around you. You never know what you might find that you enjoy or that you want to pursue for your career. And to my peers, thank you so much for giving me all the memories of my high school career that I'll cherish. And I wish you all the best.
Well, best of luck on your journey. It seems like you need to get packing pretty quick, huh? Well, thank you for your time, and again, best of luck. You guys are the future, and we hope you keep your mind on that. Is that this issue is just temporary, and the world will be yours again soon.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a good one.
Bye, you too.